over, but a soldier on, still battling the ghost. No, no, no. Oh, still struggling to see the signs, too heavy for a heart like mine. Save.
What's going on, people? This is Chris Carter, Crypto Secret X, and today we're talking about TED. Got a lot to talk about. Also, make sure you check out that date. Airdrops will begin June 7th. June 7th for all qualified holders. Airdrops will begin. So that date is in concrete. But I do want to talk to you today about TED. And I also want to talk to you about TED Cash. And I think there's a lot that we need to talk about. First of all, I want to welcome all the new subscribers and all the new people who have just shown up and understand a little bit about TED. TED basically was a meme coin that I created May 1st, 2024. It was created because I got tired of buying on various sites and it going to zero right on the site. So we stepped out on and launched TED. Through the journey of the last 23 days of TED, it has been quite a journey where I've met some, extraordinary people, made, some great relationships, great friends. And it has been as you know, in crypto, a roller coaster of a ride. We are now coming up on our 24th day, but the growth and the hills and valleys have been, I wouldn't say a lot, but we have, gone up the mountain, down the mountain, up the mountain, down the mountain. And what you're seeing now, I look at TED today, and I saw where there was a little sell-off. We have about 989 holders. But the thing I started thinking about when I was just looking at it, and just kind of thinking to myself, just really sitting there, and I want to talk about both. I started really thinking about like what drives a meme, what drives a meme coin, the purpose of a meme. Why do people do memes? Why do people invest in memes? Just the whole logistics of why. Like I just started thinking about it. Then I started thinking about is it that people invest in the pictures? Is it that people invest in the concept? Is it that people invest to get a quick buck? Is it that people invest in because they believe they all have a common belief? Why is it? Why is it that we invest in memes versus only buying layer ones and layer twos and Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana and Render? Why is it that we come over to memes and we start buying them? What is it about a meme coin? Something that has no utility. It's just a concept that's thrown out there that we all dive into it and we say, hey, let's go get it. What is it that drives us so hard with it? Like, what is it about the meme? First, I said it may be the money. It may be the money. But then as I began to look at the TED community, and I started seeing something a little bit different. I saw where it was able to link people from all across the world, the globe, various countries, various backgrounds, just different people. I had to be reminded of what brought us together. Last night in the Telegram group, I asked a few people what brought them to TED. And some of them said, I bought it because I saw your videos. I was looking up how to do memes and I saw your videos. Some people say I bought it because I like the fact that I could see a developer that's there, whether it's up whether it's down, um, that can walk us through it. I didn't feel the sense of just everything is gone and there's no one to get angry at. There's no one to talk to. There's no one to talk to me. It's gone. Um, and so as I begin to look at the meme altogether, um, and then I started looking at Ted, and every day I always tell you, it's you never learn how to swim without jumping in the water, and you never climb a mountain without stumbling, which is a true thing about life. It's not how strong you are on top of the mountain, but it's also how do you survive in the valley? How do you survive as you go through the growth, um, the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs? How strong do you become as a community together? Uh, then the second part of that, I had to look at it was, what is your vision? Like, what was your vision in the beginning? What brought these people together? Was it just Ted, or what was it? And when I talked about the vision, and I talked about what was the vision of Crypto Secret X, was to create a place where people can invest in memes uh, and not worry about the developer pulling out as soon as it go to Radiant and it goes to zero. That we could have AMAs and talk about them. That it could be different memes that you could invest in. It became more the initial vision. And then as we began to grow and more people became in, and then we started getting fancy, as I put it when I say fancy, but not looking at what the true roots of why we said we were going to do this. Many of you I know, many of you I talked in the Telegram group. I've talked to you in the pages. But the one thing about this meme that no other meme right now can tell you is no matter what, I'm here. Stepping out, the launching of Ted Cash was just a part of the vision of what I saw and what I still see. A series of memes that people, when they come, they look at it, and it's just, man, this is it. Like, I can go over here and rug, or I can go over here, and there's like a community there. They're talking. So it's like we talk through good times, we talk through bad times, we talk through it all, because we know in investing, we go up, we go down. I was reminded when Solana went through one of their tough times when they were down to $9. It had to be that community that believed, even though everybody said they were dead. Sam Bankman had people lost millions. And they said Solana wasn't going to make it. Matter of fact, at that time, I remember telling my friend, just don't buy anymore. It's $9. But what we didn't bank on and what we didn't see was the community behind Solana. That even though there were so many that looked at statistics, that looked at technical things, that said technically this isn't supposed to happen, or you're not supposed to be able to do that, Solana found a way to fight back. To now where they reach highs of $242, where now they are the capital of memes, where people were launching memes every day. But it was because of their resilience and their ability to fight through. Though many people had written them off, said they were dead, they just said, but nah, we're going to make it. Now, only that, they stepped in the phones, and now they're getting airdrops through phones and various things like that. So from where it was to where it is, not many people knew that. Not many people even could have said that. How many times have people said that in your life? And the reason I'm saying this because this is a lesson that we're learning in anything you do. Uh, it's never going to be peaches and roses all the way through. That's a lie if somebody told you that. That's one of the main things when I tell you every time I get off this live is you'll never learn how to swim without jumping in. That means if you never take a chance, that means if you never step out on what's inside your heart, if you never step out on that, if you never try, you'll never know. The second part of that is when you are climbing a mountain, you're going to stumble sometimes. I mean, it's just a part of life. Even as an athlete, we won games, we lost games, but we never gave up and we never stopped trying. And as long as we do that, even though we had fans that would cheer us on, do or die like you do your teams. We also had fans that would talk trash and boo us and do all of that too. But we endured through it all. We took it all. Because it's only when you press through and get victory. It's not the victory that you really remember. It's just the journey you went through getting there. I can remember a few days ago when we were celebrating just 200,000. A few days ago. I can remember when we were celebrating 300,000. I can remember when I first started doing this and I started talking about the second phase, which was where everybody got a chance to be in the bull run. No one missed it. That you all had that feeling of what it was like to get in right there. Where we had people on AMAs talking about their experience and what it was like. That's growth. And growth, like any family, if you have a family and you have kids, and you have parents, anybody in your life, in growth, it is a process. The process is never perfect. If it was perfect, we wouldn't need God. We wouldn't need him. We wouldn't have to pray about him. So the process is a journey, and everybody's process is different. Ted's process is different. Ted means something to everybody out here, but it's not really Ted that you're looking at. It's when we come together and we talk. Is where this comes. That's where we identify. That's what people can't understand. That's where they struggle. To them, it is a quick buck, but to us, it's a little bit more than that. So are we going to push through? Yeah, we're going to push through it. Ted Cash will push through it. All of it will push through. The only way something won't push through is if you stop. If you ask anyone, all they say is, how did you make it? I just didn't stop. I just kept going. I just stayed persistent. No matter what they told me, no matter how many people told me it couldn't be done, no matter how many people I had to fight through to get it, I just kept going. I just kept going. And the thing that's so beautiful about this, when I started looking at it, if you wasn't making a difference, the devil wouldn't fight you so hard. And I'm not talking about just the typical run of just investing up and down a roller coaster. It's not that people have taken profit. We said that. When we asked people to hold, they held. When we set a goal for 1 million, we reached it. Have we set a new goal since then? No, we haven't. Our goals now have been staking, casino, coin market cap, and airdrops. Airdrops begin June 7th. Today, I'm going to show you some of the ways you can invest TED back into the liquidity pot, get LPs, and earn on that. And we go through Radiant. So it is a growth process. But we have to have that backbone in order to grow. Just like we did when we were going through the bear market, when we held, when we kept saying in certain instances. It's not normal to hold memes. We all know that. The reason being because it's not like typical layer ones. You don't have this. No one does it. Does it make people nervous that we do this? It does. Because to step out and launch a coin and put your face on it, we're not knowing whether you succeed to the standards of what you set, or even what people have set their standards on you to what they identify as what success is. You did it anyway. You stepped out. You put your face out there. You said, I'll take a chance. I won't hide behind a picture, but I'll sit right there in front of you. That's what makes TED different than any other meme. No, I'm not in Telegram asking you to come and buy with me. I'm sitting here talking to you day and night. I'm just going to keep going because I do know this. As long as you don't give up, you'll eventually press through. That's what hope is, man. That's what hope is. So we are going to look at bird's eye because my computer will not pull up the deck screener. I do not know why, but I do want to do that. But before we do that, like we've always done before, I want to play these few commercials and we'll be right back.
TED meme coin on Solana has been smashing the charts with record gains and mass adoption. The new meme coin on Solana. Before you buy, just know on Solana, there is only one TED. They may try to imitate, but can never duplicate. TED. The party has just begun. On Solana with TED.
Make sure you hit that subscribe and hit that bell notification as it helps the algorithm grow. And if you want to follow me on any other platforms, you can follow me by typing in Crypto Secret X. Now, let's talk crypto. All right, I do want to go to the charts because I want to look at it because I know when you go and you look at the charts, you kind of see like the roller coaster. And when you see, I call it the roller coaster, it's like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You see the roller coaster. But what you do see, you see constant buying and constant selling. You see that, which is good. I mean, if you didn't see any movement, nothing, no buying, no selling, I don't know if I would even be there. I've seen as much as 20,000 put in a few days. I've seen 20,000 go out. I've seen 14,000 go in. I've seen 15,000 go out. I've seen 5,000 go in. I've seen 5,000 go out. And I want to pull that because there are many memes that many of you have in your wallet that, like me, hold about 240,000 or even a million, that when I hit the button to sell, it says 0 or pool cannot be found. You don't see that with TED. TED has been swung trade. TED has been invested in. TED has been sold. TED has been bought as a dip. TED has done what normal crypto does. Go up, go down. Go up, go down. Just like the stock market. Just like Bitcoin when it was 70. Doing a bull run, it hit 15,000, and everybody said Bitcoin was dead. Oh man, this is it. It's gonna go to zero. And then in the blink of an eye, we saw 72,000 pushing, and we held. Just like many of us who constantly continues to hold on XRP, we still hold. But that's what you've seen here. So now, what is it that will get us over the hump? There are a few things we talked about. Number one, there are some small things that we have to fix within the structure of TED, which you have to be prepared before you go to the world. A lot of times we want to go to the world now, but sometimes God just say, you ain't ready yet. Like, you got a lot of stuff to work on. And how does he show you the stuff you need to work on? By putting it in your face, by testing you, you have to be encountered with turmoil in order to know where you're weak and where you need to be stronger at. Technically, if everything went good, then you would never know what your weaknesses were. And just think about yourself in life. You improve upon finding out where you were weak. Any team does that, and that's what we're doing. There was one time where we did not have moderators on my lives. There was no need to have them, but now we do. There was times where we didn't have moderators in the Telegram, but now we do. Why? Because we're constantly getting more people. People don't follow dead stuff. People only follow or even come into something where they think something's going on. People will even hang around something they don't like because they still something inside feel, what if it does happen? Think about it. When somebody passes away, you don't go stand there in the graveyard and just sit there for days. It may be a loved one you sit there and miss, but eventually you move on. You just say, okay. The reason people stay around because it's some glimmer of hope there. It's something there. And they can't put their hand on it, but for some reason, it's an insatiable feeling to want to just, I need to be here. You got to think about it. Just think about it. Now I'm trying to roll this dang on bird's eye. I tell you this. Okay, there we go. All right. Here's what I want to look at. I want to look at bird's eye. And I want to look at this right here real fast. Okay. Yep. We have had some sales. People have sold. Now, why have people sold? Some people sold because they were afraid that they thought Ted Cash was going to be a meme that I would leave Ted. But Ted Cash is a part of Ted. What is Ted Cash going to do? Ted Cash is getting ready to go flying. And now we're going to throw him in the casinos. So, but let's look at what we see with Ted. All right. Now, I want to go to the sales. That's what I really want to look at, because when we look at it, you see, here's a sale right here, 5,000. And here's what I want to show you. They call it a whale sale. A meme has been here for 20 some days. A meme coin, a new meme coin that you were able to put in. And let me show you. 229, 340, 169, 101. And you were still able to sell 229, 1,000. You were even able to sell, let's go here, 5,000. Is that five? You were able to sell 5,000. How many memes have you bought that you had that ability to be able to do that? You just haven't. I know there's plenty I haven't. I've been a part of honeypots and stuff, but not that. I haven't been able to do that. So we had some sell-off. So people have made some profit. and they have sold. But we do have a group of people here that's saying um, they wanted to go higher. They believe it can go higher. Uh, and in order for it to go higher, it takes our community, and our community uh, is strong. But as you get bigger, you do have various people that come in, and when we come in, we have to be strong and committed to our community. Now, also a part of that was where I went back and talked about just the vision of being able to have people that instead of going to a deck screener and looking at 5,000 memes, all these memes people created, and you don't know which one is which. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about them. I'm looking at my battery. I do not want my battery to go dead. All right. So I do need to take one more short commercial, and then I'll be right back.
TED meme coin on Solana has been smashing the charts with record gains and mass adoption. The new meme coin on Solana. Before you buy, just know on Solana, there is only one TED. They may try to imitate, but can never duplicate. TED, we're here, baby. The party has just begun.
All right, we're back. We're back. I'm trying to get this computer in here because I do not want it to go dead on me. So I'm going to go ahead and switch that over. And so now I get my cameras back, but it did switch to my second camera. So I do want to keep that going there. All right. So I definitely want to go here, and I wanted to look at the deck screener because I do want to see a little bit of that. But then I also want to go to our Twitter page. We haven't been on our Twitter page in a long time. So those of you who have had an opportunity, if you haven't had an opportunity to see our Twitter page, I definitely want you to see that because there is a lot there. And when I say a lot, we do have a lot. So let's see if we can go ahead and get that pulled up here. And then once we get it pulled up, you can take a look at that. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and go to TED. We've got a lot of stuff on TED. And this is something that some of you may not have seen, but it's just what we're doing here. And let's see if we can share that. If you go to our Twitter page, TED Crypt, you also will see two coins, TED Cash. You also see TED. TED Cash. We're still working on the logistics with the casino part, and that's one of the things we're doing, and also getting ready for the airdrops, which will begin when, everybody? June 7th. All right, but I do want to look at it because we did have a review, and I want to go back to a few reviews because different people are starting to begin to talk about TED, and we're still new. Let's listen to this one review. I thought this was a really good one, and he was talking about our sale.
Secret X on YouTube.
I hope y'all can hear it. Let me see if I
follow and all that good
code.
stuff. And
y'all hear this?
Dive right into it.
Dropping in there.
TED meme coin on Solana. Introducing TED, the revolutionary meme on Solana.
Let's start it over. Let's start it over, people. Thought this was a pretty good one.
And it's been doing pretty good. The developer is a guy named Crypto Secret X on YouTube. You guys can go check his channel out, give him a follow and all that good stuff. And we're going to just dive right into it, okay? So it's a TED meme coin on Solana. Introducing TED, the revolutionary meme on Solana. Spend a day with TED and watch your perception of crypto transform. With his dynamic AMA sessions and interactive community, TED isn't just a meme coin, it's a movement. Engage with a team that genuinely values its community, where every voice matters. Say hello to a new era in cryptocurrency where TED isn't just another coin, it's a symbol of innovation and inclusivity, all right? The contract ticker symbol is going to be TED, okay? It has music on the page. It has about 7 songs. You guys are going to have to come and check this out. Thought it was very interesting. If I play it, it won't play. Gonna have to check that out. That's in my settings. That's my bad. But another good thing to this project, okay, before we get into the real meat of it, he has something called TED Cash, okay? The TED ticker meme coin on the Solana blockchain has launched its own currency, TED Cash. This new currency is the foundation of the TED project, providing funds to complete the roadmap and build the necessary infrastructure. All right. So that is going to be.
So that I didn't want to play the whole video there because it goes into it. But when he talks about the infrastructure, that's where we get into adding TED to the casinos, TED Cash. So you start seeing that there. So that's one of them. I also want to look at another, and this is all on our Twitter page. And we hit our Twitter page regular, people. It's not something you just hit. Here's another one we got right here.
Agent Crypto Secrets.
Like a boss.
So I want you to sit back, and again, this is a meme coin that even though we're global, we're still a hidden secret. That's the thing. And one of the things I think is a blessing to us to be a hidden secret is because I think right now we're accumulating various people, but I think the growth process, we're having the ability to be able to grow before we are introduced to the world. And I think that's a lot. And I think that's one of the things that you have to look at your growth. And those of you come in on the ground level like this, because initially when we first hit, we hit 3 million. We hit 3 million people. And the thing about it is that we hit 3 million with a very small, minute group of people. And in order to hit the masses, I went back and looked at a lot of the top memes. And then I went to some of the Telegram groups, and I was just looking at the Telegram groups, and I said, oh man, it's about 8,000 people in here. I went in some of them, and you had just, various people talking. You had some people talking positive. You had some people talking negative. You had some people wondering what they were going to do. So you have so many different type of people. You had some people that was shilling their coins. You had some people that, you have a lot of that. So those of you who are new and you're coming into crypto, what I would tell you is, all of us have experienced loss in crypto if you've been in it for a while. If you want to experience tremendous loss, then, I would say go on Pump.fun and DJ.fun, one of those two, and just take a guess and just pick one random and just invest in and see what happens. Do it about 5 or 6 times. Then come back to TED. Then and tell me what's the difference there. This is TED Cash. And TED Cash was launched about 2 days ago. And the thing about it is, even after 2 days ago, this is where we're looking at rolling them TED Cash in the casino. So I am still accumulating TED Cash. We got some Donald Trump fans right here. But this is just, we got AMAs. We got it on there. But if you go through our Twitter page, you just see we got all kind of music. So it's a great project, but is it a perfect project? No. Are there things that we gotta enhance in it? Yes. And it's all a part of it. It's like building a building. And the thing about it, when you build a building, you're building and you're constructing it. But the thing about it is like, I know what I see in my head, but it's a process. And in order to help me build a building, I have to accumulate people. Initially, I was in this by myself, like solo, one person doing everything by myself. And in the last 20 days, I have accumulated and met more people here. I've met some bad people here. I've met people with ulterior motives. I've met people who have tried to slander the character. I've met people who have just created fun, but I've met some really, really good people here. I've met some talented people here. This is in TED. And all you have to do is this. If you go to any place, if you go to a room, you go anywhere, like kindred souls are like linked to each other. And when I say linked to each other, it's like you know, you can talk to some people and your energy just connects. And then sometimes you're talking, you're like, something's not right here. Usually when I feel that, I kind of just fall back and walk away. Like I don't even engage. Because I feel like if I go somewhere and my intentions is wrong, then I'm going to mess that whole environment up. So I try not to place myself in any place, any group of people that I don't vibe with them. I just don't. Because I just don't do that. But you know, teach his own. But I just don't. But as you can see, if you look at our Twitter page, man, it is like it's just a ton of stuff. All these memes. These are created by Joe Kim, and we got one other person. Joe Kim creates it, the music, but we do have a lot of memes, a lot of memes. There, our page is active, very, 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 very active. I can keep going. We were on the billboards in New York. It was a small billboard, but we were there, and so you know, so it's so much. There's so much here. And the thing about, you know, what I had to actually think about is, you know, a lot of times perception is everything. And sometimes when people, sometimes people see the potential in you before you're ready for that potential to be shown to the world. And a lot of people do see, they see the potential in Ted. They see where Ted could be. They see where Ted could be in a bull run. My personal feeling, there's a lot of things that I want to work out with Ted Cash, before that major bull run hits. And it's going to take constant work, constant work, never giving up, constant work. And some people are going to go through this growth period with me, and some people are not. You understand? So that part I understand. But my thing is, when it comes to loyalty with Ted and that, rock with the people who rock with you, and go and let's build it. That's the thing about it. We got some things we want to do. I encourage you to get in our Telegram group. We have mods there. Link with the mods, and just talk. You don't have to invest right away. Just learn the people first. Because my thing is, once you learn the people, and I'm talking about, and you have to judge motives when you meet people. Because now, I mean, 500 isn't a lot, but 500 is hard to keep an eye on, because people DM people. They may DM you and say, hey, come look at my coin. You know, I mean, everybody has a different motive. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, if you're here in the TED group, and also I have another group on my Patreon group. Now, the YouTube levels after this month, I'm going to cut that and just make all that free here, and just, you know, the Patreon, because I think the Patreon group, what I'm finding, it is a mindset, and you know, there you come in with the wrong mindset, you're getting banned, period. But it is a mindset, and what I am wanting is a really tight community, that we may not all agree, but we have a mindset. We know how to agree to disagree, and our hearts are pure, our motives are pure, and this is what we want to do. Now, is it a cup of tea for everybody? Nah. But like we all know, how many memes are there in the world? How many Telegram groups are in the world? So just like it took me 3 years to build this community, and meet people, different people got to build. And I didn't build this community on I just did this community based upon talking about things I enjoy talking about. And I love doing reviews on cryptocurrency. I enjoy it. Success Kid. I enjoy talking. You know, I really, because a lot of people came here from Success Kid, I really want to do more videos on Success Kid. I enjoy talking about various memes. I enjoy it. And so I got to also do things that's in my heart too, of what I enjoy doing. I enjoy talking about you know, layer ones and layer twos and AI and stuff like that. Coding, I like that. But Ted was just a baby that I said, "Hey, this is what I want." But it's a bigger picture of what I see. But I do like Ted is like that's you know you get your first baby, you want to see that baby grow, and then Ted Cash is his little brother there, but that's his ride, that's his currency. You got it. It's all in infant stages, man. And it's not like it's not matured yet, none of it. But now we're moving in the phases of where we're getting that stuff matured and grinded in. So it's a process. It's a process. Growth don't happen overnight, but you know, you keep working. People will think it happened overnight. People will be like, "Where'd you come from?" But everybody who went through the journey with us, they'll be like, "Nah. This was a journey. This was like, and here's the thing. Just think about it. If even though, like I said, what is it? All right, let's say even though we went through 27 days right now, that's the number of days we went through, 27 days. In 27 days, and all of a sudden, boom, we hit it. Because y'all know crypto hits all of a sudden. Boom, it hits. It would be like we would feel like 27 days was like 5 years. We'd be like talking like, man, yeah, remember we went through this, we went through that. This we had to go through this, we had to go through that. We all rallied together, we all did this, we all did that. We're working. We're working because we got investments. I got investments in it. You got investments in it. And that's why I haven't walked away. I'm still here. And so I'm not going nowhere. And I believe in Ted because that's one of the reasons I got out of my shell. Got all my shell because I believe in Ted. So and a couple other tokens. I said, you know, I just got out because I wanted to, this is what, and I want to see it work. I want to see it grow. And I know it can. I know that, like I said, I know there are things we got to work on, and we're still there. But if somebody said, "Hey, I want to invest in something, but I want to get it at ground." Now we're not at ground level. We're not there, but we're low based upon our level of expectation from where we were. So here's what I'm trying to tell you. At one time, like a few days ago, 200,000 was good to us. We were like, "Oh man, we 200,000." Everybody was like, "Yeah," going crazy. I mean, that was it for us. We hit 300,000. Everybody was giving high fives. Man, God, dog, we 300,000. We hit $1 million. Then we were like, "Whoa, man!" People started seeing wallets going ballistic. People started taking profit. Then we hit the 2 million. Everybody's like, "Woo, man, I ain't never seen this much money." Then 3 million. Okay. Then we saw 3 million. So now in our minds, our standard now, like 3 million, a million is what our standard is. So now when we see 200, some of us freak out because we're like, "Oh my God," because we just said it. It's just because it's not that it's going to zero. It's just your mindset has a different type of standard. Like your bar has been raised, you know? So we got to understand the growth. We got to understand just minor setbacks on the way to destiny, on your journey. But as long as we stay consistent, don't heap in just DCA because we're still working. We're still working. And take the time in the dark to perfect everything. Because when it's time for us to be presented to the world, we'll be presented. Trust me. God got his own way of revealing things when it's ready. But he also has his way to mature it, test it, put it under fire. And that's some things you just got to look at. You just got to look at that. And you'll see what we're talking about. Let's look at some comments. Let's check some of these comments out. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna check them out. Let's look at them. Let's see here. Make sure first of all, let me look and see if we got. I'm just kind of scrolling up here. Let's see. So let's go. But we are going to keep it. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. Moderators, make sure you know y'all doing your job, doing what we gotta do. Then let's get it rolling. All right, let's see where we at. Let's see here. I've got Joe Kim. Let's go. Let's see here. Good evening, everyone. All right. Let's see, where else are we at right here? Yep. June 7th. June 7th. Let's see here. Kindly guide me. Why this much drop in TED should I hold? You know, here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I always say: cryptocurrency goes up and down. It's based upon news, based upon what people say. All of that. All of that. It's not. It's anything you have. You could have somebody who says, I want to pull out, you know, $15,000. Okay. When a currency is new, like brand new, and it's just out, there is high, like you have some volatility in the price until it gets like you know, like those super big market caps. So you will experience that. But the thing about it is that, you know, what you're able to see here is you're able to see where people are able to sell and buy. That's now, if you couldn't sell or buy, people would tell you in crypto, now you're looking at something different. Like if you put 30,000 in there and then all of a sudden you couldn't take no money out, like nothing. That's something different. Or if you put it in, you got tokens, and all of a sudden you try to go and hit the button, and then it says pool can't be found. That's something different. But when you're able to constantly sell and buy, it's just basically people selling based upon just how they feel certain days. It may be where emergency came up, somebody had to buy. It's just so many different things because it's based upon investments and that actual memes don't have any like utility. It's just community. So if your community is positive that day, you got it going good. If your community has negative people in there, then it's going to be some FUD and people going to sell. Understand, memes are community driven, and communities are formed of people. So the bigger you are, the more type people you have. Just like in the world, if you go on your job, you walk into your job, wherever you're at, you're going to have some people that work on your job that are really positive. They're just go-getters. Then you're going to have people on your job that's like, man, I ain't trying to be here. I'm going to get here. I'm going to get out. I'm going to do what I can do. Then you got people that are complainers, people that are workers. You're just going to have that. And so the ability to be able to sell and hold, you know, that's the thing of, hey, you know, it's still here. It's still here. It just had some sell off, and it's a part of any growth. It's a part of any growth. Anything that, like, I can tell you this: if you were looking at a crypto and it just went straight up, go look at any chart. Matter of fact, let's do that. Let's just look at some charts. Let's look at coin. Let's go to Coin Market Cap, and let's just check some charts out and see and understand this, because there's a difference in going through the rough spots and just having everything pull from up under you. Going through the rough spots is just, you go through the rough spots. Having everything pull on you, you can never sell. If you look at it, we have constant sales and constant buys. I wish the deck screen would come up. I would show you sales of, I could show you sales where people have cashed 25,000 in, and I can show you where people dropped $20,000 in. So that's the thing about that. And so if it was, let me see, I'm gonna click on Pepe here real quick. Let's click on Pepe. All right. So once that chart pulls up, let's see if we can get that chart here. Let's go here. Now I want you to look at this chart right here. This is Pepe, right? All right, here we go. If you look at this chart, I'm gonna reject all those cookies, and I'm gonna go to the all-time high. I want you just to look at this chart right here. All right. When you look at it, you see how and it back in April of 2023, it went up and then it kind of just went down and then up, down like just a big roller coaster, up, down, down, low. And this was the high. It reached the high here, but then it just kind of look. It went from, let's see, volume from 105. It had a volume one time of this high. It had a volume of, let's see, how was that? 1.6 billion. It had a volume there. Then it went all the way down to a volume like 144 million. Then you saw it go down again. Then it went down to a volume of 61 million. All right. Now, this was released in April 30th, 2023. And I'm just going through time. Let's go all the way till February 15th, 2024. That's over a year. It just kind of lay dormant. And then what happened? Boom, it hit something and then it just shot up. So what happened in that year? Because for a year they lay dormant. What happened in the year? We got to go back and trace it and just see what happened in that year. And then you see things where it went up, then it came down, then it went up like this. So what baffles me is when, you have people come in and they, and they'll be talking. But the thing about it is that with any project, it goes up, it goes down. That's the part of cryptocurrency. That's why, the first thing you always tell people, I'm not your financial advisor. The second thing, people who get in crypto, they understand that it is highly volatile. If you get in memes, rug pulls, there is a difference in a rug pull and just prices going down. Rug pulls, when you lose everything, you can't sell, nothing's coming back. You don't know where nobody is. It's just gone. Okay. That's a rug pull. Okay. I've seen that happen. I've had that happen to me. When you go through like different spots where people sell, because for the last, like I said, let's say 27 days, the first 4 to 5 days, we were telling people to hold until we get to 1 million. Then after we get to 1 million, we were going to jump into phase 2. That's what the initial thing was said. Phase 2, releasing Ted Cash. But then we got new people coming in, which said, well, we don't think that's a good idea. We don't think you should do that. New people that didn't know that's what we said in the beginning. So they didn't DYOR. They just kind of came in and saw Ted Cash at 3 million, jumped in at 2, but they didn't do the research and listen to what the vision was. Okay. So we released Ted Cash. And here's the thing. All the projects were successful because Ted Cash in 15 minutes, the only thing probably wasn't successful with Ted Cash was the launching time. But it seeded in about 15, 20 minutes and went to $500,000 in a matter of 3 to 5 minutes. And then it just experienced people who were upset because they didn't get in and they just kind of flooded the project. Okay. So now what Crypto Secret X and what I do, because I believe in my projects, I'm going to work my butt off to get it there. But in the process, now that I have new people in, you have new people with ulterior motives that just come in. Like right now, we have people in, I'm not being negative. I'm just kind of letting new people know. But we do have people that we've had to ban because of just the tone in the group and the things that we're just saying this may not be the perfect fit for you, this environment, but you're free to go anywhere else. But they choose to want to keep coming here. I don't understand that. I'm not going to go anywhere where, I don't fit. It's just not for me. I'm just not going to go. But they continuously keep coming back. They continuously come back to Patreon. Got to tell them to leave. They continuously try to get in the Telegram group. And I'm like, why? I don't understand that. All right. But you see with Pepe, now you can actually look at Bomb. You can go to Bomb. All right. Let's see. Let's check bonk out. That's another one. Super, super duper. And so the expectations on us to get where bonk is, this is crazy now. We have expectations to get the bonk, but bonk wasn't able to get to those expectations. Let's look at bonk's chart. All right. Now we're going to go to bonk's chart. And I'm going to the all time because you got to see this, people. Bonk released in December 31, 2022, right? It went up January the 5th, 2023. Now, for all this time right here, Eclipse, it just lied dormant. So could you imagine people just sitting there all the way until, let's see, what, 11/3/23, a full year holding bonk? And then it went from like down here at about 3, and then it just shot up to 97 million. Then it went to, boom, 224 million. And then it shot up to 601 million. And then it dropped. But it lay dormant. Like, look at this, man. There were times where bonk, even though it got up to like 38 million, dropped all the way down to like $1 million. $1 million, $1.5 million. Could you imagine that if you bought it up here at 70 million, and then all of a sudden it drops to like a $1 million market cap, and then you got to hold that for a year, and people are panicking. Oh my God, I should have never bought this. This is trap. And then all of a sudden you sell, and then the people that bonk still working their butts off, and then now it's like boom. It's like woo. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing here at TED. And we got people who want, that's what they're doing. And the same thing. And so it's not that the projects are failing, but you just gotta have the right people around you. You got to surround yourself with good people, and you got to put them in your group, and you got to rock with them. So we're just making better selections on who we let, close to us. Everybody's sitting on the front row, not a fan. If you know what I'm saying. Everybody on the front row, not a fan now. But we have, I promise you, if you get in our Telegram group, we have a great set of people here. We really do. And the thing I encourage our group is, investing in memes is really tough. I mean, like there were people who were really sad that they missed Ted Cash. And there were people who really saw a great run. They were hurting, like man, like dang. And they want, you know what I'm saying? So they were really hurt. They were really hurt. Hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. Angry people out of control do angry, crazy stuff sometimes. But the thing about it is that if you see where you can help people, that's where I need a community to let me do that. Like, let me help you. And there are ways I can help you. So I can't be like strong, like put in a box when I really can help you. And vision is not supposed to be understood by the masses. You gotta pray and say, God, you know what? Do I fit in this vision? And if I do, then show me how I can be an asset to it. You either an asset or a liability. And so once you do that, once you find your asset, then it's going to work out for you. It is going to work out for you. The reason I think people here that's come in, that's helping me, is because I sowed seeds where I've helped people in the past too. And so, if you sow loyalty to people, you reap loyalty. If you sow help the people, you reap help, So I think that's one of the things I think God has blessed me with you guys, is because of some of the seeds I've sown with other people. And so I don't look at this as like a setback. I just look at this as the vision will always be tested. The test is, what are you going to do in adverse times? You know, are you going to pack your bags up and run? No. That means that really wasn't a God sent vision. Are you going to pack up when you got the critics coming? No, because you're not ready for the big stage. If you're not ready for the critics, you're not ready for the big stage. So they're coming. I even told y'all, the more people we let in, we're going to let in the good, the bad, and the ugly. They're coming. And everybody's coming. God sends angels, the devil sends devils. And both of them come, and both of them have a way of helping you. So you got to look at it like that. You gotta, you just gotta stay diligent. And I'm talking to the community, the new people. Get with them, get with the mods, start talking to them, and then just make an educated guess. Before you do, make an educated guess, and then roll. And then only invest small amount, like small amounts. Listen to what I'm telling you. I'm not telling you to throw all your cash. I'm telling you, take your time, man. We're still working on things here. Take your time. You got it? Now, will there be other people in the group telling you to come buy their coin? Yeah, because they shilling. They may be DMing you. Hey, check my coin out. I had somebody ask me the other day about a coin. I think it was like Crypto Dan or somebody sent like a coin called Pepe something. And he was just asking me about his coin. So I had people ask me about coins and things like that. And so everybody has their own motive about it here. But we want a community. We're going to build it. And it is solid. It is solid. And I think the more you spend time, you got to cipher through it all. You're going to meet some really, really good people, and you're going to hear some good music, and you're going to see some good pictures, and you're going to get some good inspiration, and you can come to the AMA and we can talk. And you know what? I'll even tell you this. When you're mad, you can direct your anger at me. I'll sit in the seat and take it. I will, because I know I'm still working in the background. And so every move I make it for a reason. You may not understand it now, but you will later. And it's I encourage everybody, the new ones, before you judge, take time to pray and ask God to show you if you fit here. If like God, like whatever your God is, sun, rays, moon, be, whenever you place crystals, whatever you pray to, ask, man, is this the place for me first? Should I put my money here? Don't ask a person, because only people can give you only their perception of what they're able to perceive and what they're able to comprehend and what their experience is. You have to really dig yourself. You understand? And really dig. But I ain't going nowhere. Still here. Through the good, through the success, through the ups, the downs, I'm still here. And matter of fact, I know the last couple of days I haven't been on my the lives. I was doing more of the Telegram talks. But even some people in the group reminded me. They were like, yo, can you go back to the lives? That's what we like. That's what brought me here. And so it's something that we're connecting on with it. And so let's keep it going. So keep digging. If we let's push it. We talked about our goals of what we want to do, and we can do that. And then some of y'all who were trying to get in a position, you were like, man, it's too high for me right now. I need to drop. Some of y'all were like, I hope it drops. It's at a good price, so you can get a lot for a little bit. All right. But then, so you invest little, but you gain more. Okay. So just think about it. But anyway, people, it's 1 hour, 4 minutes. So that's old time, old fashioned, all night lives like we used to do in the past. Them super long lives. And y'all know sometimes I used to go in 3 hours. Sometimes I can see y'all like, golly, boy, it's getting late over here. I got to work on this camera though, man. This camera is really getting what you call it. But let's talk, people. Let's talk. DM me. You know, we all in different time zones, but if you DM me, I don't mind talking. Okay. You know, what I have asked the moderators to do is in our groups. And here's my thing. It's sometimes it's a decision you got to make. And I feel like vision wise for where we need to go with Ted. If I feel like people just don't agree with Ted, they just got to leave, you know? And the reason I say that is because I know there's a bunch of memes that people can go to, you know? And I have no problem with that because, you know, it's part of life, you know? You know, you got some friends are there for a little while. Some friends are there for a lifetime. But a tree only has about 3 roots. And so the roots are what gives that tree life. The leaves give it shade temporarily, then it blows away. A limb, if you mistake it for a tree, you stand on it, you're going to break and fall. So you got to understand people. And when you experience a good person, somebody that's helping you, just take it as, okay, God sent an angel to help you. You know, and if you experience somebody that's, you know, just kind of come at you, sometimes it's not that person. It's that thing that's working through that person. Because we all been assigned angels, but we've also been assigned certain devils, and devils can only work through people. So people are not doing it. They're just the gateway for what that thing can get through to work. So just understand that. Well, we're going to keep going now. We're going to keep digging with Ted. We're going to keep digging with Ted Cash. Airdrop start. Now, there is something I do want to say on the airdrops. I got all the wallets. Now, what I did do is screenshot all the wallets. I got all the wallets now. There's a total of, I think, 191 that had me. So there's no use to busting wallets up. Got the pictures, got all that. An initial video when I first started, and see, this is where people, when they come in, they probably came on tail end. I said, the airdrops is a small token for those of you who have supported me on my journey here at Crypto Secret X. That's what I said. If you don't believe me, just go back. Matter of fact, I need to open up all them videos so y'all can see. But I just want you space. So I kept saying, if you're expecting 1,000 and 2,000, that's not what it is. I'm telling you, that's not what it is now. But it is a small token of appreciation for those of you who have been with me for a long time. And so I am June 7th. It is a process, but I am going to look through them because I want to see how long some of you have been here. So I'm going to look through purchases and all of that, because if somebody's been with me for 20 some days and they've held Ted all that long, I mean, they're like one of them soldiers in there. And so I think you gotta reward loyalty. You know, I know some people are here, fly by the night, get it and go, you know, and that's just them. And so, but you gotta reward loyalty. You gotta reward that, but you gotta meet that criteria also now. And so that's why I screenshot all the wallets. So I got a picture of them. I think I got about 11 different shots. And so now I can look at that and compare that when I go back in the soul scan and look. And so I could post all the wallets like in the thing so everybody can see what I got, because there's a cutoff and then it goes like 900 some thousand. So it's that right there. But I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming on the live tonight. I do want to jump into Telegram a little bit and talk with some of you. And even here, I know some of y'all are in here, and I saw 1 or 2 they did get banned. And you know, we could talk about that, but I can tell you there are probably like 3 reasons you would get banned from TED. Number 1, talking sideways about the project. Number 2, the negativity. We all know in cryptocurrency, number 1, they tell you it is a high volatile cryptocurrency. Meme coins. They always tell us meme coins can go to 0. And then they tell you most meme coins will go to 0. That's what they do tell you. All right. From my experience, most meme coins I've invested in have been 0 within the first 3 to 4 days. They were 0. in the first 3 to 4 days. I've never talked to anybody on a meet except Snake on Cardano. That guy came on and he did an interview and he talked about Snake. I don't know who, I've never talked to anybody with Bonk, but I imagine they do have a face with Bonk now. I don't know. I never talked to anybody with Pepe. I don't know who's invented Pepe. I don't know too much about Brett on base. Shib, I don't know who owns Shib. Let's see here. I don't have any shit. Dogecoin. I think it's Elon Musk. Let's see here. Any other memes? Let's see. Let me look at something else. Yeah, I'm just kind of curious. Let's see here. I don't know who owns Macho Bull. That was a meme I got. Homer Simpson. I have no idea who owns Homer Simpson, but I bought it. I thought it was going to be a super duper meme coin, but it didn't do anything for me. And then I tried to sell it. I got 2 cents out of it. All right, let's see what else. I'm just trying to look here. And the reason I'm talking to some of the newbies, because that's just some of the things I've had experience with memes. I also bought Grunt Girl. Put about $300 in Grunt Girl. It might have been 4. And that I didn't get nothing. It just went straight to 0. I bought Meow Meme. It's 26 cents now. And I got about 5 million of those. Let's see here. I'm trying to think some other ones I got. I got a bunch of them. I don't know. It's just a bunch of them. But it's a process. It's a process. And, investing in memes is high risk. It's high risk. It is degen at its best. And so, invest wisely. And when I say wisely, only put in what you can afford to lose. Take your time. Don't heap in. And, my thing is, one thing I can do is promise there won't be any kind of loss. You understand? Here's what I can only say on my end. This is what I can tell you, is that the money that I have, in which people have told me, like, hey, man, you need to take something. But my dev wallet, I haven't touched. Ted Cash, really couldn't get anything because I was trying to do damage control. So by the time it ran up, I missed that. But I was able to get my 17 million. But that's why I had to set the limit so to buy that. And so I really haven't made any money off of it, like per se money that I can go off and spend, but I do believe in the vision and eventually where we will be. And so I know we're not where I see us where we need to be, but we are definitely a long way from where we were. We're definitely a long way from my 2 subscribers and me talking about investing in why people are not investing. Or we're a long way from my XRP video that probably got 3,500 views, but I got just murdered because I had some wrong quotes there. So what I'm saying, it's a growth. And so, but we're growing, people. We're growing. So take your time, invest in it, study it, study the people, get to know the people, get to know the community. Go to our Twitter page, look at our memes, go to our Instagram. We do have an Instagram. I think, let's see. Can y'all put the Instagram in here? Can somebody put that link to the Instagram where I could pull that up? Because we do have an Instagram. We got a TikTok page. So we got a lot of different things, man. And so I just think the biggest thing now is just the small logistic things that we got to work out. And after that, then we'll keep it going. But, the project's here. I'm not going to, talk about any other project because I feel like I can stand on the projects I have here. I can stand on that. And so, will you incur some gain? Yes. Will you incur a little loss? Yes. And you understand what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sell you a false sense of hope that you won't have, where it goes down. Don't panic. Like, okay. And if you're panicking, that means you're putting too much in. You're putting too much in. You need to slow down a little bit. And on that end. And so you get it. But we do have that. But I'll see y'all in the Telegram group a little bit. Let's talk. But we are going to keep doing our AMAs, because that's where we started growing. And we don't want to get away from something that we knew was working, and people were seeing that, and we connected here. But if you get in our chat rooms and start talking crazy, we're just going to ban you. But it ain't a ban on life. You just go to somewhere else. It's like I said, it's 1,000 other people. You just don't have to come to Crypto Secret X. All right, people. Like I always say, man, you never learn how to swim without jumping in. And hear me when I say this. You will never climb a mountain without stumbling. This is Chris Carr, Crypto Secret X. I'm out.
Keep my heritage to keep me clean. Keep the devil watching over me. Save me. Save me. Less than before I walk away. Spellbound, I'll stutter, I pray, release.